Because the life on the other side is beautiful when we start experiencing from ourselves, where many masters are experiencing, when we start reading through others' experience, you know it. And so the teaching has always been celebrate death equally. If there is a reason for why celebrating birth, because we learn a lot and we expand our consciousness, so we celebrate birth, but we celebrate death also equally, because then you are in the higher worlds where the life seems to be much more mindful, much more aware. You're living as energy consciousness. And so we will go in a lighter vein, we will not make it very serious. I want to see Ranjana madam to smile and laugh, right? All right. I'll tell you, the first moment when I was there on Sunday evening, when it was announced, there are a lot of people over there outside his residence here in Hyderabad. The place is called Kailasapuri, Kattal. Kailasapuri is the campus name. Another mega pyramid like Pyramid Valley exists. Pyramid Valley is the Bangalore campus name. Kailasapuri is the Hyderabad campus name. And so in that campus is where Patriji is there. And around the resident, about 2,000 people were there that time. They're all just spread out in that area. And the moment it was announced first, the first reaction of the crowd was clapping. The instant reaction was clapping. Now, these are all various senior meditators who've been with him, a senior Arjuna, doesn't matter, who's been with him, who understood the teachings, the essence of it so much, that I didn't see a single big cry or wail, somebody crying, even though they are there, wanting to spend the moment. They came there to be with him, and then they were clapping. So it was a reflection of his teaching. We felt good to see that the consciousness of the people are literally being changed, that the grief is not there. Instead, they have the total understanding and respect for this Grand Master for whatever that is done. Let's go into meditation, dear friends. And we have one of our mentors, SVB, sir, to join, and then we'll take his message too, and then I'll share about my journey with him after meditation. SVB, sir, you have time? I would like to share now.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, sir, please share.
Friends, good morning to everybody. Let me first pay my respects and pranams to the departed soul of our revered Brahmarshi Patriji. The whole mankind is indebted to him for giving us the precious gift of meditation, which has resolved the problems uncovered in the lives of many people. And we have heard many heart-rending experiences of many young IT professionals as well as others, how meditation has helped them both physically and mentally and changed their lives for better. That way, I think every one of us got benefited by practicing the meditation, and we are always grateful to Patriji for his teachings. I had an occasion to meet him in Coimbatore and many times virtually. Now we are denied the
recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. When we choose a master, of course, we make our own investigation, exploration. But after we are with this master, then we remove our mind. I had done that with Patriji, so I had this great opportunity to be closely work with him because he always sensed that how much you believe or not believe in what he's saying, what he's doing. So he always believed in this concept of energy, that everything is energy. And so he always maximized, and while he respected individual's decision, he maximized the impact of his energy by closely giving an appropriate time to everyone, depending on how much they are heart-centered, how much they're mind-centered. So I met him in the year 99. I was in the United States, and when I came here for a few weeks, so that time I met him, my dad took him there. My first interaction with him, while I heard about him through my younger brother, Dr. GK, that there is this master who is different. And he's teaching meditation. He used to say, you do meditation, do meditation. And of course, I didn't pay any close attention to it. So as soon as I came to India, and then Patriji happens to be in Bangalore, and so my dad took me there in somebody's house. Patriji always lived in others' houses. Rarely I was staying in a hotel. Not that he couldn't, except for where there is a new place where there's no meditator available. And so he was very humbly would stay in an ordinary place, because his work has always been never in big cities. So in those villages, in second-tier towns, so very, very ordinary places that he would stay. So he was in somebody's house, and I went there. And there are probably about 100 people in that house in different rooms. That master had big house. So I was there, and because I was used to return, so I was given a little bit of extra importance. And then they made me sit next to him, and then he first thing itself, I asked him a question, a doubt on meditation. And then I remember that by that time I didn't do any meditation, but I asked an intellectual question to him, basically about meditation process, without actually understanding what it is. So as soon as I did that, he became very wild. My first interaction, he became very wild. He was angry. Basically, he said, looked at me and said, you know nothing about living life. You know nothing about meditation, right on my face in front of so many people. And then he pointed to a small boy and said, this boy knows much more than what you know about meditation, so learn from him. And then he walked away, and I was so hesitated in my first interaction. I was hurt, I was hesitated. Thanks to my brother, Dr. GK, who is as a student, he was very young that time. And this was when I was 30 years, 99. And so GK was maybe 27, a young medical student. He just graduated and he's not practicing medicine. And he was talking about healing people through meditation. So I was upset with him. But then they anyway made me to meet him. And so he was my support system. He said, don't take it personally. Don't take it bad. He is challenging you. He has nothing to lose by just giving you some nice words. He's challenging you, and then that is his style. His style is always to be straight. He said he valued every word, every thought of his. That's really how he lived. And so he didn't want to use some soft words to tell you nicely that, okay, this is not this way, it's not that way. Then the analytical mind does not even bother. It just wants to hold on to itself. So he's always pushing people, anyone who comes with a logic mind too much, without practicing, without just wanting to have intelligent questions. So he's trying to wake them up. So that's what he's doing. So don't go away. It took me some time. And I heard stories that it has always been quite straight to people. To the point that I'd seen personally on the stage, some very, very VIPs, he would just stop them. I mean, if somebody were eating and then they talk about anything wrong, particularly about vegetarianism and non-vegetarianism, he was very, very passionate about the subject. He would just straight away tell them on the face, on the stage, because he just wanted to always make people to think twice, quickly wake up. So my first interaction was a jolt for me. And then luckily, common sense prevailed. I held on to that incident. I held on to him rather than leaving him, because I thought about it for 3 months. I couldn't come out. Somebody just insulted me in front of so many people. That's how I thought. My analytical mind was at its best, it's high. And so after the support system and all of that, then the common sense sinked in. So I continued with him. And so I didn't leave. I was exploring for some time. So later there is a story. And then I came into meditation fully, deeply in 2002 due to various things. And when I started practicing deeply, now this saying is there, when the student is ready, master appears. And so I guess that's what has happened for me. I was inspired that, he had this book called You Forever. Patriji, that we all know, there, if many who have heard him, and he went a little deeper into the subject of spirituality through this Patriji Answers, Enlightenment Hour. But otherwise, Patriji constantly, he simplified spirituality and said 80 to 90% is living this life, but the 10 to 20% is afterlife. One must explore enough about afterlife. Then you have answers for this life. Afterlife is that huge energy. So he had profound knowledge on it, profound knowledge. But then he truly kept it to that much. Rather than talking about death and no death, he truly kept it to that much. Only the 10-15% in his talks, in his teachings, if you see, it's all mostly about living the life. It's about how do you speak, how do you walk, it's all about meditation. My camera has got a little bit of, yeah. So he's all about living this life, enjoying its treating people, compassion, he was speaking less about the subject on the other side, but then he had profound knowledge because he would share that with people that are there who regularly, sincerely meditate and then who are there physically were able to go and meet. That's why he's always encouraged to go to pyramids and centers. And so as soon as I understood myself in 2002, then immediately, in no time, in the next 6 months, I got this opportunity to work at Pyramid Valley. And so then, one second, why is this challenge? Maybe let me just shift to my laptop camera. Yes. So as soon as I came and I decided to myself, once I understood that, okay, I want to work for this moment. I want to give service. And I want to do service. And so the moment I had that thought, and then immediately this opportunity to be a trustee at Pyramid Valley International came. And so with that came the opportunity to interact with him closely. That's really how my journey started closely, because when you are in this project, so then he would, you would get to work with him in the back end, right? You would get to work with him. And so I was very, very meeting him almost every 4 weeks. I was meeting him regularly because we live in Bangalore. And then he was, the whole movement was in Andhra Pradesh, a little bit in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu then. But then when it comes to Pyramid Valley, then you would spend a couple of days. And so you would have the opportunity to closely see firsthand, work with him. In what I noticed is that Patriji paid very, very close attention to the detail, very close to the detail. So I've learned how to write, how to utilize every minute of the time that you have on your hand until the last minute, until the deadline is there. That means when you're working on a brochure, when you're working on a pamphlet, when you're working on a magazine correction, I'd seen him that you want to excel and excel and excel. Never do a copy paste. He's rarely ever. So always, even if you take a meditation article, you're going to improvise it. You know what is the process of meditation, but you always look to tweak the words. The homepage of primary website, you'll go and tweak the words. So one thing I learned is that if you go into the details, he was going to the detail always, and he believed that every word conveys a huge meaning. So then as our understanding changes, then you continuously improve. So I learned earlier, so in the beginning days, right in the beginning, as soon as the primary project started, I had this experience. So I wrote a brochure. And I thought, okay, I've been an IT guy, I understood enough, and I've been 10 years in IT, so I can easily do things. So I wrote a brochure and then I give it off. What do? We pay little attention to the grammar or to the words that we use. We printed off some 60,000 rupees it was spent. And I thought, okay, this is already good. But then he came from somewhere, from Bangalore, he came to Bangalore about 3 days before the function, and then he corrected the brochure. There are about 40 marks he made on that brochure. It's about 8-page brochure. 40 comments are there. To punctuations, to comments, to everything. But then the beauty of it was that money was not flowing. But the beauty was that he didn't say a single word to me. He just said, Chandra, you need to get it reviewed next time. So here is a new version. Let's go and print it. Again. Knowing what Sir was, I was scared that what he would do. But then all he said, let's just review it next time. This has come out great. But then he will print it again. So he insisted that when he was not satisfied, then he would continue at it. Even though we printed, normally we think, okay, printed it, so it's okay next time. But then I agree. That's when I understood money was an important element, but then I always said it is one of the components of it. So for Pyramid Valley, when we were working on this Pyramid Valley project in the initial days in 2003, when he wrote a brochure, I actually took to him 3 months after I came to this project. And sir, it is costing about 14 crores for this project. So where is the money coming from? I don't know. We wrote a brochure, but what next year? Because we were just starting. Nobody was there. There's no big person with a big pocket. He never had anything. He was a barefoot master, as Karthikeyan said. Just always his pockets are empty. I seen one person, even to date, who walks without a cell phone and who went without a bank account, without a house, without a purse, nothing. He walked around from place to place, even when he walked always single. In the initial days, he would just go alone, travel by bus or train, but nothing in his pockets. Somebody would get him into a train with a ticket, and they will get off the other side. No money, literally. I know that no money in his pockets, nothing. He truly lived as a consciousness that is going to take care of him. That's how he's lived, at least from the time that I know him. So he said, money is incidental. It all starts with a thought, sankalpa. All my projects are starting with your dream and your sankalpa. That's where you start. Unlike the corporate world, we start with money and resources before you initiate a project. Here you initiate a project. You go about doing as if it's happening, and then you start attracting situations and people and resources into you. And so it's fine. So there are only two of us that time, Paul Vijayakumar and myself, in Bangalore to start this project. A mega pyramid project, first of its kind for PSS movement for him. Until then, only small pyramids were there, 100 feet by 100 feet. Sorry, 30 feet by 30 feet, 40 feet by 40 feet sized, meaning 1,000 to 2,000 square foot area pyramids. But this one, we're talking of 25,000 square foot pyramid, 10 times more expensive and all that. And so he said, money is incidental. So it's a massive project, and then first of its kind. So money is incidental. So let's continue to dream, and then people will come. That's when I understood that we dream first, and then things start happening. Rather than saying, I don't have it, and then so I can't do it, and so you never start. I can tell you if you didn't start then. And then that time, here is the other beauty of it. The Bangalore had only a handful of meditators. For Patriji, everything was in Andhra. Bangalore had a handful, not even a handful. Just that many. Narasimha Shwarampaji, that some of you might have met. And still, and Patriji always had this great, he had 3 visions, and many of them came true. So in 2000 he came, and then apparently told his people, because I didn't meet him that time. In 98 he came here, and I told him, a big pyramid I'm seeing is coming here. One of the biggest pyramids is coming here. That's what I told them. And no meditators in that base, and neither did he have too much of thing to come and do here work. But it so happened that in 2003, that initiative came, and then by 2005 we got this mega pyramid in Bangalore, with no base at all in Karnataka, and then no money in hand. A big project was taking shape. Today, Pyramid Valley is more than 22.3 million people have meditated in this project. So I understood from then on that it is about dreams. It's about how much we can firmly believe in what we are doing is what is bringing us into, what is coming into our life. The whole concept of manifestation was seeding into my mind that time through his idea. And then, of course, the thoughts create reality were there. But then I would not apply it to something like these big projects. I applied to the day-to-day situations, but then I never considered a big project is a day-to-day situation. But that's what he was doing. And as part of this work, so he started coming to Bangalore, and then he would come to our home. The one part that I always recognized, and then I've seen him, is his access. Some of you met him. He's accessible, no layers. And he would do anything to get his mission done. No ego whatsoever. So when we're working, if we don't call him, and he will always call. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. The many people are calling him, talk to him, but then as a master, he didn't have a bother to call. But he would call. If I didn't call, say in 2 weeks, then there'll be call, sure will come. Chandra, what's happening? What's news? He'll always say, what's new? I saw in that the humbleness of his master, that and his focus on his mission. It didn't matter whether somebody is big or small, but then he would just go to him and then take his update in case he had to give inputs, right? And so as part of this work, he would come to Bangalore so that he would reach and then spend time with us at home or in the night time. So we had a lot of interactions regularly. And we were also supporting him on the PSS Movement website. That time it was called pyramidmeditation.org. And the website we were working on, and so we would sit into the late night, initial version. Afterwards, Sagar did this work beautifully, Sagar and Bindu. So I'd asked him one of the days, because I'd already seen him, and then Patriji's work is always on the road. He was 24/7, he was on the road. So much. He would only reach by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock to whichever place he was going. And because you'd always have at least 4 to 5 sessions in a day, morning to night. And then village to village, place to place, he will go and then stay somewhere. And so he would go by road, and then he would come in. And so he would come into the night, by late in the night sometime, and then stay at home. And then we talk. He still worked always in the night. He believed that daytime is for doing service, nighttime is for sadhana. He always advised that for everybody. Entire daytime we must do work. Entire nighttime we must do sadhana. Sadhana is either meditation or satsang. And so you would open up and then start talking that time. So I asked him, sir, your days are so full. What is motivating you? What is inspiring you? And then how do you make your priorities? Because you had so many projects you are doing in so many places. So his answer to me, and then again it was beautiful to me, was that I'm living every day as if it's my last day. That's one fundamental thing that really influenced me. I'm living every day as my last day, and then I truly made it. And that's how I naturally aligned to this whole mission. That I realized that I must teach meditation to everybody. Everybody must come into meditation in the world. Nothing shorter than that. Like Karthikeyan says, I also used to wonder what Patriji is saying, that no, Dhyana Jagath, everybody become meditator. And so I'm living as every day as tomorrow, I don't know that I'm existing. And he truly meant it. Tomorrow, I don't know I exist. And if some of you heard his teachings, he always would say, I don't know, the death can come anytime. Death is just a transition. Death is just temporary. Patriji so strongly believed in the teaching. The three core teachings are he simplified spiritual science into 3 statements, right? That we are not the body, we are this energy, consciousness, our soul. And then we are, as a soul, we are this consciousness, we have infinite potential in us, unlimited. And so the third statement is that your thoughts basically bring that potential out. You create your potential, you live your potential through your thoughts. 3 statements. And so he deeply respected. So he said, tomorrow I don't know, because they never believed that his body, I don't know, things can happen anytime, materially here, we are here, anything can happen. And I said, I'm aligned to my purpose all the time because of the single guidance that I take. And he also said, that's what always gave me my priorities. On another occasion, he said, Chandra, if I didn't keep my days long and I had time on me, and then if I look back 10 years later, if I look back and said, what did I could have done it, I should have done it. And if I use those words, then I'm regretting. And then I didn't want anything like that, because I wanted my life to be full, utilize every minute. Could have, should have is never there in the dictionary of a meditator. His straight statement is always, is God wasting time? Is anything called wasting time for God? Then it is not there. So that's exactly. So you always remember, and always ensure that we remember that you are consciousness, you are God, you are nothing lesser. There is no word called practically speaking, really speaking. There are some words that are never there in the dictionary. In my prose observation, I've seen him. He never used things like you cannot do it. He never told anybody you can't do it. You don't do it. There are only two no's that he said, right? Constantly. Non-violence, non-killing, no interference. But there's a general statement. But anybody comes, you say, you don't do it. You can't do it. And anyone says they can't do it, they had it around him. He says, I can't do it. They had it, literally. Okay. He would not tolerate a single wrongly uttered word around him. We plan a function. Really positively say, okay, we'll have 500 people. Plan for 500 people. Let's talk about 500 people will come. But later, 50 people came, suppose. There are many occasions, 25% will show up. Then when he asks, how is it? The default thing is that it is great. It went good because he saw that even 50 or 500 didn't matter. It is still great because if we say, no, okay, that should have been done, this should have been done, that is not done, that's why it is like this. When people start making analysis, then that means you're giving enough negative energy for it. And so you never agreed about, in his style of functioning, you never agreed about having any remark, any negative comment about something, because you always believed whatever is happening at the best in that given situation. You had a dream, but the best is happening in a given situation. So he encouraged, he made it easy. So when somebody who is the chief, then he is now pointing and saying, hey, you guys planned, and then you only got 30 people, you got 40 people, you got 50 people. And never about numbers, and then never made that thing to you, and so you felt free in executing. But his inspiration was that he was working constantly. So my inspiration is to do my best. That's what he said. If you do your best, you'll never regret, go back and say, I should have done that. So he always ensured that do your best and then leave it. And we heard him several times of this Bhagavad Gita teachings, right? Nishkama karma. So you do your work, and the result we will see, because it's about enjoying the process of working, not necessarily the result. So in that one sitting, he said, I'm living as if it's my last day. And that was a big eye-opener for me. And then so prioritize, right? So because of that, what happened to me was that when I was full-time working, I ensured that whatever the time that I recognized and ensured that I should give equal priority, not a second priority to my service. Literally, because I saw him. And he gave him full-timer anyway. He resigned his job very early on when he had 2 young daughters, but he resigned his job early on because he had so much passion for it. And he was traveling around doing exactly what I was doing there, but he was doing when he was working. He was traveling and then teaching people. Then it was, the consciousness was very low. So few people would come to him. But now many people are there who wants to learn meditation. Greatly, wonderful. But still, so he was doing it, parallel working, and then he was always mixed up meditation with his work. He would narrate the story. And so the thing is that you align to your purpose. And so it became clear to me also that I must just give equal time. So always did 2 jobs. One job of my work, maybe 50 hours, another job of this meditation service, at least another 50 hours in a week. As we were literally giving, and to have weekends and this, but you influence and then you work through it. It is never a second thing for me. It's not only time, it's money, it's many things. One event he was narrating, when he resigned his job, he got 4 lakhs of PF money. First of all, there were no bank accounts for him, no houses, but he only believed that consciousness will take care. He believed in this concept that you are God. When you live as God, you'll be taken care. You will be taken care. And so when you are in the thought process, you'll be taken care. So I mean, there may be discomfort. Physical discomfort will be there depending on how much comfort you're looking for, luxury you're looking for, right? But you are taken care. For food and shelter and all that, to be happy, that's all required. So that is his concept. And so he resigned his job, first of all, without having any backup plans, right? That was in 92, so I all got to know. And then he said, I was asking him, sir, like, how did you manage it? So he said, people came and then supported us some way or the other. But I also tell you one story, and then he started. When he resigned his job, he got 4 lakhs PF money. And then he said 2 lakhs I gave to the building the first pyramid in Kurnool. Then another 2 lakhs he gave to print a book called Be a Master in English. There used to be an old book called Be a Master. Be a Master in English. And so he said, my 4 lakhs are gone there. And then I became zero again immediately. Empty pocket. This is how it short. My empty pocket became empty again immediately. So that sort of made me realize your needs, you take care of your needs. Everything else, give and give and give. And I know many, many pyramid masters are there, many people who live in that way, that they keep what is necessary for them, and then they contribute whatever the earnings are there significantly and fully to everything else. I started as much as possible practicing. For in my mind, the moment I heard this, my concept of saving investments have started dwindling completely. Since that time, ever since you narrated somewhere in between, in the journey between 2003 to 2020, somewhere I think 2005 or 6. When he said that now he had this only 4 lakhs, he completely donated, he gave it away, it became zero, not bothering about it. He recognized that he's living there as a consciousness and he's there today. So many people are taking care, so many friends he won. So we could do this, we could reciprocate. We don't have to limit ourselves to this 10% concept. Donate 10%, that's great, first step. The second step is go beyond, keep what is required for your needs. Our desire will turn to needs. He had this beautiful concept. Desires, needs, and others' needs. When you come into meditation, when you come to spirituality, when you start understanding yourself, the first thing you're understanding is that happiness is nothing tied to money, you know that. Happiness is tied to experiences. And then experiences are evolving from body to body, mind to, we talked about these layers of happiness, circles. Body circle, mind circle, intellect circle, soul circle, and then consciousness, the universal consciousness circle. Now all that is. So the happiness is serving at different levels. You serve your body, you serve your mind. I want more jewelry, I want power, I want position. You serve your intellect. I want to do service, I want to help people. You serve your soul. I want to know more about myself. Where am I? Where did I come from? What is this reality? And serve then everybody. Then the moment you recognize that you are everybody, then you serve everybody because you are that. And so there is this happiness in all layers, and then you gradually move up that layer in meditation. So what happens? So your needs are your body and mind. Your desires are there in the mind, and then so your body and mind requires desires materially because they're the matter. And so your conscious mind is about matter, and then body is about matter. So the desires slowly go away into needs, minimum. Thoda roti chahiye, kapda chahiye, so bas. So you get to that. And then his concept was that your needs, your desires will move to needs. So initially you'll meet all your desires, or manifestation. We work on manifestation like crazy. You must do it. Experience it. One master who said, never said no to anybody. He said, you must be rich. If you feel like you want to be rich, be rich. Richness has nothing to do with spirituality. Richness has nothing to do with spirituality. You want to be rich and then be happy because that's an experience you seek, be there. Right? You don't want to earn anything and then just go in to do the service and be there. So all the day. So he said desires are all these manifestations of wanting more material needs will be the step one. And then you go into needs where you're not bothered about any more of that because you already experienced that car, that house, this one, that one, all that is over. Then you're moving towards pursuit of your needs only. Your needs will be met. But see, there is a concept is your desires will be met, then your needs will be met. Then others' needs will be met through you. That means your manifestations will start working towards it because as you raise your consciousness, it's very clear. The moment you come into meditation, you are recognizing that you are conscious, you are God. So that means you start exhibiting compassion. So if I still continue to eat meat, it's got to catch up somewhere. So that's why it's pretty quite straightforward on eating meat and then hampering the progress of some other individual so that it'll come back. That was so much deep impact. He always was emphasizing that you hamper the progress of some other being, then it's also connected in there. So you will automatically are going to take an appropriate experience towards, towards living it back again. It's a law, it's a free will being system, free will system, but you will recognize it later, is how you would always say it. So with him, I don't know, I'm just going all over and talking to him, the experience are many. And so in one occasion, when I was talking to him, so yeah, with this concept. So desires, needs, and others' needs. So we will naturally move from this to that. And he never said in so many words, but then always would encourage us to constantly look at where are you, right? Encourage us to constantly look at where are you in your path. Are you holding on, continue to hold on to your desires? Are you moving on to the needs? When we are meditating, when you're getting challenges after a few months, it is because we are not looking at paying close attention to our intuitions to say what I should let go and what I don't should let go. We don't pay attention, we still hold on to it. And so back to the square one again, a problem seems to surface again. Because things that we need to let go must let go. Things we must do as Dharma would do. So that's what he said. The moment you learn meditation, teach meditation, because that's your Dharma. Teach, spread it, give it. And then if you didn't do, fine. It's another experience of seeking, because then when one might go into some kind of trouble here and there, then slowly you'll realize through crisis, right? If you don't spread it, once you knew it, then somewhere things around will go, because when we don't do Dharma, then obviously we're accumulating karma, right? That's his concept. So while he emphasized strongly free will is there, but he also emphasized that law of karma is there. That if we don't fulfill our Dharma, then we are accumulating to come back and then to relive that part. So along the way, dear friends, one more statement I want to just say before, and then one thing he said is once, you seek equality, not superiority. So I was having challenges in workplace. I discussed. He said equality, not superiority with everybody. Everyone in the workplace, only equality. That gave me enough understanding about to deal with peers or subordinates or everybody. Enough understanding to me with that. Patriji, the subject of life after death was very, very dear to him. He would not appear, but then sometimes in our sessions we talked about, the 7 layers of the body. The 7 bodies are there for us. And then the consciousness evolution through an infant soul to the baby soul to the soul evolutions. All these concepts, he always insisted that you must read and read and read and learn. Our meditation experiences are based on where we are spending our time. And so the single most part I loved, and then what I've seen him is when he reads, he always underlining. And guess what? Sometimes he'll underline 70% of the book. In a book he was reading, one of the good practice I learned through him is to underline. And then now, through neuroscience, we put it up so much consciously that when you're underlining, you are remembering more. And then he went back to it, and then he took a gist out of it, and then produced it. He was always spontaneous planning. So I started learning. He is a true master, lived spontaneously. I used to prepare so much. The learnings I was talking because so that we all look at it from a different perspective. Spontaneous living. As a corporate person, I used to prepare a ton of it for every lecture. But then later I realized everything is extemporaneous for him. Everything is spontaneous. It flows into it. I had seen him, I'll tell you. Even in the biggest function dayas, not even ask what his topic is. We put his topic in the program, conference, we put his topic. He never even asked, what is my topic? He knows that somebody will come and tell him even at the last minute. If somebody tells him, he'll know. If nobody tells him, then only in the last minute, then if nothing is there, Of course, he had his favorite topic about meditation, but then he would somewhere take a brochure or see and see what his topic is and say, okay, science of meditation. That's all. He was that spontaneous in living, that things will come to him at the right time, just in time, and preparation planning is not required because they always allowed him to flow. The subject, I'd seen him personally, that whatever is there is no preparation, zero preparation. That word in it does not exist. But what is there with him is what I understood is you constantly learn and learn and learn and learn and meditate. If you do these two, then naturally what is right is coming to us at the right time. That's what I've learned, to be spontaneous. To be spontaneous in the thing, in the present moment. Another important value I learned a difference in many times is that, Pyramid Valley project had a lot of money involvement. And he is always about, when we become meditators, I guess when you're grandmasters, right people you choose. You have the ability to choose the right talent. Your intuition plays a lot. And so he would pick the people and afterwards he would leave it to them. Even though he's running multiple projects, there's no expectation that you would go and then tell him and then this is how you're doing, and then there's no expectation that he must come and then review and all that. There's no such thing. He would give complete freedom. He believed that freedom is a fundamental value that must be given, and then any meditator will utilize the freedom very responsibly. If they're not today, then they will take it later. So that's why this single statement about no complaint, no judgment, when I heard first time, it was like mind-boggling for me. How no complaint, no judgment? Simple. If anybody is a complaint, as recent as last year, just a few months ago, I was trying to tell him about one project, one senior person in the project doing less and less of meditation. And so the situation is getting a little tougher. And I was just trying to tell him, sir, so it'll be good if you can tell him about, and I was about to release words. He said, Chandra, our policy is no complaints. Don't bring to me. What have we learned? This is as recent as 9 months ago, even though after so many years of it. Basically, what he's trying to tell is, you go figure this out. Everyone. So on occasion, he told, everyone is right in their consciousness. People who are at the body level, they're still right. People at the mind level, they're still right. Everybody is right. Nobody is wrong. We are all evolving. We are truly a consciousness. We're all evolving. So everyone is right. So you got to figure out a way to work with them. This is how you learn tolerance, you learn patience, you'll go down to their level, understand it, and then compliment them. So, but then you see, if they're helpful for your mission, go after you, take care of them, work with them constantly, take their help, service, whatever that is. So that value that I learned is to work with everybody. No complaints, no judgments is the single biggest spiritual science statement. If we practice it, dear friends, then I learned that we are enlightened. Simple. In situations, no matter what, whether it's weather, whether it is a failed event, whether it is a failed business, whether it is somebody saying something, doing something, can we be in that state of no complaint, no judgment? And recognize that they are going through their experience, we are going through our experience, so they are right and we are right. But we want a better experience, we choose situations differently, but not by judging and complaining. Instead, we strengthen, we alter, because it's our choice. If somebody had in our life, it's our choice. The situation is our choice. We are deciding to spend time, and then we start to constantly complain. So with this, he made people really, really work for themselves. He pushed people to look inward rather than otherwise, like any organization, spiritual organization also have so many politics will constantly happen everywhere. Where is not there? Where would not be there? Nobody is perfect. So things will come. Ego is always playing. Greed is always playing. Greed for what now? Greed for power is always there. Somebody may not be coming for money into spiritual organization, but there's always somewhere that escaping to come for power. Come for the recognition, that image, and many things are there. And so then you try to manipulate, control. And so complaint, he would never take any complaint. And so he pushed people to work around. He knows that imperfections exist. If you start looking into complaint here or there, then your entire life is spending on complaints and trying to resolve conflicts. But then he pushed them and said, everyone is right, so you figure this out. And so then automatically you have to work for a solution. So that's how you move away from problem to solution. I truly learned from him on that aspect. Once he said, sir, what is the best way to strengthen the practice? Because I always wanted. And then he said, be in the company of masters. You can read any amount. You can do your own meditation. Any amount is there. But be in the company of masters. When you be in the company of masters, then you are learning a lot. Patriji was so strong about, he always would say, speak your experience. He never liked somebody comes and just speaking, you read up and then mug up and then talk, and it is shallow. Speak your own experience. And the more you meditate, others' experience becomes your experience. So it's just fine because you don't disbelieve anything more. I solved my cancer. Oh, solved my cancer. Our words will change initially. It seems somebody is healed cancer. And we know that meditation now heals cancer. We have this meditator. So it changes the word because you know that their experience is your experience as you become that consciousness and you see them as you. So you knew that, right? So more sincere meditation. And then he said to strengthen the practice, come to spend time with masters because you're learning to be spontaneous, learning to live life because he always believed. Impeccability of words was so strict on him, so strict. If we say, how are you? And now these days he's just not saying much. If somebody goes to him and says, how are you? But in those days, how are you means is a very, very wrong word in our life because just energy, you're not conscious of energy. Every word is energy. How are you is redundant. It has no meaning. It is just there. Oh, have you come for movie? You go to a movie theater and say, have you come for movie? What would you come for, not for movie? So you never agreed on these redundant words. You always wanted something more scientific in our talk. What's new? Okay, that just initiates a better dialogue, right? So impeccability of Vakshetra. So there is a beautiful concept of Vakshetra, which some of us are talking about impeccability, right? And always being truthful, and then always talk when anything that makes sense, right? Truth makes sense, positive. He was big on positive words. So dear friends, we will share some more later. I would like Vani Madam to share a little bit here. I know we have talked about sharing from some of you. We'll utilize the time and opportunity to learn. The idea is to learn some of the teachings so that we can implement them in our life. It doesn't help to talk about Tendulkar a lot or something. But I think if we can take some points here and then move towards that others need, desires to needs to others needs, because it is what? It is about we taking care of our whole body, our whole consciousness. Taking care of my individual little body to mind versus the whole consciousness is an increasing model of pleasure, significantly more beautiful, significantly more deep, purpose, meaningful when you do that. That picture that I have shared in some of, I think, our groups, I don't know if some of you have seen it. More than 25,000 people came to just pay tribute to him just in a few hours. And it sort of speaks for how much he deeply touched. He had this knack of becoming close. Vani Madam, please go and speak your experience with him. And we're probably going to go till 8:15, 8:30. Feel free to stay or drop. But I'd like some of you to give talk about your experience. But Vani Madam for that.
Good morning, friends. And first, my great pranams to Brahmarshi Patriji. I really had a great time with him. He is always not only teaching meditation and wisdom, he gave a great explanation how to Atithi Devo Bhava. If anybody comes, we definitely great hospitality we will give, but great connection with the people and how to serve food, how to, with love, cook food. Anybody coming our home, we will serve food, we will cook food and will serve. But always with love, he will cook and he will serve. That I learned from him. I'm so grateful to him. And interaction with the family members, how to connect with them, how to unconditionally raise our children. And I really great gratitude to him, because with my children, I had a great connection because of Patriji. They chose you, madam. You are not the person to give suggestions for them. You have to do what they're asking. They chose you. Because of that, you are constantly, unconditionally serve what they're asking. Give, give, give. That's what he taught me. And when I'm practicing that, I'm doing that, I clearly see with my both children, they had great connection with me and they understand. And now they both are practicing meditation. And any discussion comes, instead of arguments, there are so much interaction, talk, and understanding the reality and great positive things. And about the Vakshetra, when Chandra is discussing, in front of Patriji sir, we always, it's like a guru, and we will talk, okay, sir, this is good, that is good. But later I used to think, whatever he is using the words about this, it will happen, madam. Mega pyramids will come, so many pyramids, so many masters, worldwide Dhyana Jagath, all those words, he's a great manifestation guru. Whatever he's wishing for the humanity purpose perspective, everything he achieved. And the vegetarianism, about meditation and pyramid energy. Today, great headquarters, pyramids, and about the vegetarian, thousands and lakhs of people. Today, so many vegetarian people become vegetarian, it happened. And everybody meditation because of that self-responsibility, it happened. And in my life, continuously when I interact with him, it's a great journey with him. And constantly teaching not only meditation, it's how happy live and how collaborated with the team and working in Pyramid Valley International and Soul Trends and now Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation. Working with the team unconditionally, give what you can give the best way, not expecting from them. That is what he demonstrated in spiritual journey, and that is what we both got an experience with Patriji. And like that, whatever it's saying, so many experiences with him, whatever he shared, it's like it's a great journey with Patriji, and great learnings it happened. Now our responsibility much more higher it happened, because whatever he demonstrated, whatever he really teaches, like whatever it happened, so many things in our lives, happy moments, so much self-responsibility. All those things, really, we all have to take together and do the work much more higher, taking the responsibility, meditation and vegetarianism and pyramid energy. Thank you each and everyone. Please, we all do together this cause, because until last his breath, that is what he demonstrated. We saw continuously whatever he is doing. He is the master 24/7. He always, when I ask, sir, you are busy, no? When should I call? You call anytime. I am waiting for your call. Which master he will tell, because he is continuously busy and he is the master. You call me anytime. I am available and I am waiting for your call. Such a great, we are fortunate that kind of grand master and guru is constantly guiding us. And whatever today we both are completely with a happy, what we are really learning and doing for our own learning, really giving great joy and bliss. And thanks once again, Patri sir. You're always there with us. I know so much because whenever I want some decisions, any decisions when I want to take, I used to sit for meditation. I used to take, like, completely express whatever I really wanted. The after I met and everything, madam, everything is fine. And you, whatever you are wishing, it's happened, right? He always says in that way. Grandmaster always, it's a connection with the telepathy. He's always with us. And we have to take self-responsibility and work for the humanity. And really thank you, sir, and love you so much. And we all work for the cause and really love you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mani madam. Leadbeater talks about Paramaguru as somebody who is present in multiple situations with multiple people simultaneously. I mentioned this in the past. I know enough of experience I've heard within PSSM where simultaneously they would talk about Patriji, you're coming in my dream and coming in meditation. And then so many places when they talk about this, I've heard only from Mahatma Babaji. The consciousness, people feel his consciousness. That's what when we say consciousness, they are there in your meditation experiences in many ways. And that means that energy is present. Everything is energy and matter. So that energy is present. And then I've seen Patriji that way. So many people say that he's coming in my dream. He's telling me to do this. He's advising me, he's guiding me, he's cautioning me. He's laughing at me. We are together doing this and that. So many things that are there, everybody. So one of the core concepts of Paramaguru is that they are present. The consciousness is present everywhere. Multiple places they are present. It's never about physical presence. That's also there. There are few events that some of the pyramid masters, I was not directly involved, they talk about where they actually felt him in two places, one in North India, one in Andhra Pradesh, somewhere. He was present physically twice. They said we had him here with us, and then somebody else in North India was there. That's a different matter. So I truly believe that he is a Paramaguru, perfectly fitting in there. Deep compassion, significant personal connection with people, and then consciousness everywhere. There are three significant qualities that Leadbeater talks about in a Paramaguru, who touches so many. And then I saw difference in Patriji. So do I miss him? Right, there's a question that I asked. To me personally, Patriji is always giving me that guidance, that intuition is there. He's mentored so much, that intuition is there. I feel that energy constantly. So whenever I needed some decision, there are always conflict situations are there, tough situations are there. Whenever I needed decisions, and I go into meditation, and I do fundamentally believe that I'm connected. He himself said this to some people. He also asked him. When people asked him, he said, "Madam, when you are connected to your work, I'm there with you. When you're connected to work, I'm there with you." He gave a straight answer to some people. All right. And so when we do this work, it's consciousness. We've got to understand this. The work is consciousness. Buddha Siva is consciousness. It's got its own consciousness. As much as I have my consciousness, every group, everything is got consciousness. Buddha Siva is consciousness. Everywhere has some consciousness. So it's got energy. So when we are with work, you connect with that energy. That consciousness has got many more than you and I. It's got so many masters. It's got Patriji deeply in there, because at the end of the day is that nature. So when we understand the concept of energy difference, every work that we're associated to is consciousness. So you connect to that energy, that massive energy. So automatically then we are pulled forward and then proceeding and doing that thing. So this is how it's going on. There are many aspects of Patriji that we'll share later about love for nature, is love for cooking, is love for being all round and all that. Right, during this program, I'm going to share as I go forward. Right, so I'd like to open up some questions and any not questions. Sorry, I'd like to open up and then take some sharings. 8-7, we'll do some sharing today for another 15 minutes, and then afterwards tomorrow and day after, we'll carry our program. We'll come back to the topics, but also use some time for sharing, right? Okay. Since Manavan raised the first, I'll take him. And I know Sujata Madam will also share. Yes.
Pranam all masters and our great tribute to Patriji. I met Patriji only on 2 occasions. First time in Coimbatore, then last April in Pyramid Valley. But so compassionate, and when you are with him, it is something like a blessing. And though it is short association, but in many of we are fortunate to have him in many of our enlightenment hours on Tuesdays. We are fortunate we had in many of our 40 days program, almost every Tuesday, and sometimes when he free in Pyramid Valley, he himself come. And he used to interact in various subjects. At times I felt first time when he was very wild or blunt about life after death. Even I think once it happened when our Padmasri DRK sir was there interacting. Even to him, he bluntly told something. Then DRK sir told, "Sir, I beg to differ with you." Such a clear word, it has been put. But after that, I came to know it is not from the heart. Just he says, out of love and affection, it comes. And even our DRK sir and SVB sir, they used to always tell, you are traveling too much, please take care of your body. Probably you would have thought, he has 40 plus years, he served to us and he wants to others to take up, and he will be blessing from the other planet. And he is such a gentleman and other thing. He never, probably he knows that day I want to vacate my body. So that's why he has not entertained any of the medical care or anything, even though it could be very easily possible. For his age, it is nothing. If they are there, he could have been there another 25 years or nothing it is, but probably you would have felt it. And even on Sunday, I got the message, first message from our Natarajanji at 6 o'clock. Then at 7 o'clock, our Krishna Sweet Charm, Mr. Krishnan called me. Do you know this message? I told, yes, I already. Then he shared one thing, its experience. Because he was associated with Patriji from 90 onwards. At that time, they used to walk in Tirupati hills with a bag in the shoulder. Even Mr. Krishnan's brother-in-law, Bhimas, Raghu and other things, they used to very closely interacted with them. They are used to share. Then in 2000, his father passed away. Mr. Krishnan's father passed away. Within 1 hour, Mr. Patriji, at the time he was in Gujarat somewhere, he called Krishnan. Appa Taviritar, that's your father passed away. He asked, how you know? No, I know it is visible in my thing. And he told me, you are weeping too much. And he told me, talk to him and console him, don't weep too much. Then he told after 4 days, he came to Coimbatore to his house. And he told him, do you see, you want to see how your father is very happy in the other planet. You all want to see? Yes, they told. Then he told, you all close the eyes. Then in the meditation, all the family, they seen him happily enjoying in the other planet. Such a great power he has from that time. So I couldn't believe what he told. Then it was such a miracle man. You can say he was a living saint, and we were very fortunate. We associated with him, though it is very short time. With this, I complete my pranams to Patriji and to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manivananji. That's beautiful to share. Patriji, we knew had powers, but then he never wanted to exhibit anything. Just what you said. So many occasions he would call people right in time. During an event, incident occurred. They call when you're in crisis, his call will come. It's called part of the Paramaguru concept. Your consciousness is connected. But then he never demonstrated. He never demonstrated or never talked about these powers because they were only mislead people. Right? That's why I said in the beginning, you focused on living this life and then understanding the afterlife so that then we have a beautiful world. Prashant Agarwalji. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to share my experience also with Patriji, and I was lucky enough to meet and spend time one-to-one with him. I and my wife Vinita, actually we came to your manifestation program in Pyramid Valley, Bangalore, and we were waiting for the program to start. Everybody else was waiting. Suddenly, Vani madam, we wanted to meet Patriji, and we checked that Patriji is there, and Vani madam came just, and we met Vani madam also first time there, and she said, yeah, he's not as of now meeting people, but you can go and try. He never says no. He lives there and you can go and try. So me and my wife Vinita went there, and he came out, he saw us, and he said, yes, please sit. I'm coming in 1 minute. And he came and shared, and we had a lot of questions. It was for us, as it's almost only 6 months into meditation, and we did this 40 days program, went to Pyramid Valley for manifestation immediately after that. And we asked him, sir, what is the truth? When you have so many things in life and you start asking questions like, what is the truth? What life I am living? What more we can do? So as we all know, he has one-line answers for things. And he said, Prashant and Vinita, and you know the truth and tell the truth. And I just, as you know, the interaction with him are always, he observes a lot. He wants to, for you to have a deep meaning and understanding of things. When he said, know the truth and tell the truth, I said, sir, what is the truth? And he said that you are the truth. And when I tried to understand the meaning of you are the truth, and I kept thinking about it, and I shared, he meant what I took out as a meaning. He meant that you live the life of truthfulness, you speak what you are, you live in present. And if that's why, Chandra sir, just you said, you don't have to prepare things. If you are living a life of being in present, being in truth, then you don't need to know anything. You have to feel, you have to experience things in life. So you are the truth. I think this word always, these lines of his resonate with me so much that all of us, it's not me, Vinita, or all of us we are attending, every person is a truth in himself or herself. Because, and if you want to have a better manifestation of truth, then we need to work on ourselves, saying that what is your real truth becomes the reality of life for you and for people. And after that, he said, I asked him, "Sir, what should we do?" He said, and he kept watching. You know, we were lucky, 1-to-1, me and my wife Vinita, nobody was there. All three of us, 15-20 minutes we were sitting with him, and he said, if you know you are the truth, then the next thing you should do is spread it across. Spread meditation to everybody you meet, the world you meet. So I think that was a clear message from his side, that if we have tried to understand ourselves, and if we are happy, if we are able to create an environment for ourselves which really is helping us, then the next best thing one can do is spread it across, and spread it across what you feel, not having any expectation or anything in mind. Spread it across with a clear thought process. And just because, you know, what I am sharing with all of you is something 3-4 lines, which immediately when I met him, I thought, I don't know when I will be able to get that much of time with him again. So I wrote those 3-4 lines only, so that it keeps reminding me always. And last thing he said was, jump into anything with a clear mind, clear belief. And you know, Prashant and Vinita, this will happen. If you jump into anything with a clear mind and belief, things will happen. You don't have to do anything. Don't plan, don't do anything. Just jump into something with a clear belief and leave everything else. If you have a clarity, jump in with that mind, everything is going to happen. These are few of the lines. I'm just sharing some of the lines spoken by him to us, which has a deep impact on us as a family. And I'm thankful to Patriji that he has brought certain changes to us in life. And I know, as he always said, he will always be with us, and we'll spread his teachings, learnings, and what we have got from him. We will take it forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashantji. You are the truth. Know you are the truth and spread the truth. It's a very, very deep statement. You truly believe that one of the reasons I'll tell you, in PSSM, there's no organized sessions by him, no organized program, training program, because that would mean drawing boundaries. Buddha Seva Foundation has an organized program to satisfy an analytical mind, but then he never wanted to draw boundaries. And so then he never created, a click of a button, he can create a big organized program of, step-by-step program, but he never created it because everybody is going to experience the truth differently. He's going to learn it differently. He wanted that to be allowed. The only thing he taught is meditation, and then he left out and said, you can read as many books, and then you're going to figure out your truth from there. But that we are this conscious. Thank you so much for doing that, Sujata Madam. And you are spreading the truth.
Good morning. Yeah. Happy morning all. And my deep love and gratitude to Patri sir. I use the term love and gratitude. Love, we always show our love towards our parents. He is a real parent for all of us, who paved the way, and he just showed us just you walk royally on it. And gratitude as a guru. Though he never accepts the term guru, he is really Jagat Guru for all of us. 3 terms I always remember as an embodiment of Patri sir. Dhyan, Jnana, Moksha. Dhyan means the food, whatever we eat, whatever we think, whatever we are with, that is the real food. When you are with calm mind, when you observe your breath, here you don't do any complex methods. You just observe your breath. So natural. Only a parent can tell this. You live your life. That is dhyan. That he showed us. what food we have to eat. He never said, very crucially, like non-vegetarian is very dangerous to body and mind. But he said one thing, vegetarianism is good for body, mind, and soul. So he never insisted on don'ts. He insisted on do's. And not only that, physically I've seen every minute thing, meditation or eating or reading or sajjana sangat, anything, be in the present and do it with awareness. Do it with awareness. So PSSM, the one word itself indicates that we can do anything, anytime, with anyone, without any boundaries. That is awareness and live in present moment. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are eating, whatever you are reading, with whom you are, that denotes the Dhyana Sthiti. Then when you are doing all these four, automatically you'll reach to that Jnana. Jnana is nothing but knowledge. Everybody will have knowledge. Every human being is a divine being. He always says everybody is great in their own way. And that he exemplified in our life. So the Jnana, whatever we really learned out of all this Dhyan, we implement in wisdom form that he showed. As Chandra sir said, no bank account and no any proper prior booking, but always he is at the rocking travel or rocking enjoyment or anywhere he enjoyed. Navarasalu he just performed in his life as a Purnatat. Great salute to that master. And moksha is nothing but in his words. When you do service, that itself is real moksha. Moksha means what? No suffering and no bondage. So the service is the real way to reach your inner self. So that he showed it in his life. And as children or as the real disciples or whatever we call, we take it forward. For us, physically is not there, it is a truth, but he is always there with us in every work of our life. So great salute to great master, and thank you Vani madam and Chandra sir for giving the platform. And you said rightly, I have seen in my dream physically what I need to really what I need to experience from his presence. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sujata madam. So beautifully you are carrying the mission that you always dreamt of. Teach meditation to children, teach meditation to village, underprivileged, so many remotely. So you're so beautifully doing. One person who's exemplifying his work, that's you. So thank you so much that you're visiting village after village, school after school in rural areas. Jasbir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Chandra sir and Vani ma'am and all my other beautiful friends here.
We're going to close in about 5 minutes or so. No, not you. So I'm just giving so the people are planning also. About 8:35 or so we close and we'll take remaining. So go ahead. I have 2 more people to do after you. Yes.
Yes, sir. So as a kid, I've always had a belief in angels and fairies and that I'm always protected. So I got introduced to all these angels and fairies when I joined PSSM. Chandra sir, Shrendaga sir, Ranjan sir, lots of them. And to top it all, obviously, the Grandmaster Patriji sir. So my first meeting with him was magical. Like I had been to other organizations also. And when I went to meet him, when I came to know he's staying at Krishna sir's house, he told me to come. I went with the mindset that there are going to be lots of people and I just have to stand in the crowd the way it has been always. And we just have to listen to a sermon or something like that. I took my husband also along, who was a little skeptical earlier. Like he did not really want me to go. He had seen me going earlier also to various gurus. So he said, anyway, we went there. And to my joy and delight, you know, out of all the 20-30 people who were sitting in the room, out of nowhere, he just waved at me. He called me and he made me sit next to him on his chair. I was like a kid, so excited, you know, like that. So I thought maybe he's mistaken me for somebody else or what. So he said, "Aur kya chal raha hai?" That was his first words to me. And I started off, I shared a lot with him. I've met him about 5 to 6 times, and every time it was fruitful and real quality talk. He used to guide me personally, sir. I don't know why that connect was there. It was like an instant talking to an older brother or to a father, and more like a friend. I mean, I never got that guru feeling that I have to go down or I have to touch his feet or something. He always used to shake hands with me. And then the last couple of meetings, I mean, I've been very, very informally. He used to talk to me with his arms around my shoulder and things. And he used to tell me, and every time he gave me homework to read 2 to 3 books, next time read these books, next time. So then he used to remember. But the second time I met him, he said he had come for inauguration of a pyramid. So he said, come over there tomorrow. I thought he's just saying it like that. But the next day when we went there was a huge crowd, about 300 people. So he called out my name. I was so happy. He called me on the stage. He gave me the mic, and I in fact laughed also. I said, sir, don't give him the mic. I won't leave it. So he said, no, Bolo, you speak to the crowd. So I shared my personal experience. I'd had challenges in my life, but with you, I've learned that for that also we have to express gratitude. Maybe that just came to teach me my purpose in life, and it's thing of the past now. I've learned my lesson, and he encouraged me to teach, and with his encouragement, I started my Zoom sessions. I started teaching my colleagues, everybody. Then when he came to know my husband is an architect, he said, make a pyramid. So we are constructing a little pyramid on our terrace, but we're slightly disheartened that he won't be there to physically inaugurate it. But yes, I have a feeling I'm protected. He's there with me, and we have his energies. So he's definitely with us all the time. And I'm definitely going to keep my promise, which I have given to him, to continue reading all the amazing books. So which is, when you said that he used to work in the night, it instantly took me to verse number 69 in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. It says a true yogi works in the night on himself, and in the day he works for everyone else. So I mean, it's so nice. I've been in the education line, but the amount of knowledge and wisdom I have gained in the past 2.5 years, it's amazing. It's amazing. And sir, I got the opportunity to meet him 26th of June last month, 25th of June. He came to inaugurate a pyramid in Delhi. We were driving down from Lansdowne, from the hills down, and we missed. I came to know he's in Delhi only for an hour. So I told my husband, I've got to meet him. And I'm feeling so happy now that I got an opportunity to meet him. Even then, though I don't know, I cannot explain. He was very frail. He could not speak. I was confused that why is he in this state? I mean, I need him. I need him for at least another 20, 25 years. And for my guidance, I felt left stranded. But then with all you amazing people, I think we are not alone, and he is there with us, sir. So I was also fortunate to eat meals which he cooked, It was such a delight. We were about to get up. I thought only the close ones are supposed to stay here. But then he said, I'm making food, you stay here. So we stayed there. I've had the blessings of eating the food which he prepared, sir. And I still can feel the live performance of his flute in my ears all the time. So I can go on and on and on, because I've had too many experiences with him. And last was when he told me that, do you have I told him I have thinking and destiny. So he said, that's the best book, my favorite book. So I ran down the flight, and that's going to be and I'm going to carry on, sir, carry on. It's like not the end of the road, as I say, it's the beginning of a highway. And yes, sir, with all of you, we are learning, growing, and upskilling ourselves. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you, Jasbir. It's very wonderful. I mean, I think you just had real connection with him. It comes out. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Jagdish, sir? You met him several times, and you took time,
Yes.
You always said this. There are opportunities. When I was in UK, the reason we came is because there is ton of energy where a master is leaving the body. Extreme amount of energy is there, the master is leaving you just in the presence of the body. So we take time to meet them live or going away time. And so you took time many times to come and meet him personally. So please.
Greetings. See, unfortunately, language is a very inefficient tool to express anything, particularly feelings about everything and particular person. We've been hearing even from you what a great guru Patrijis are. I go beyond that. A guru is a teacher, a master who tells you what is there. But he was a messenger of God, not a guru. We call him a messiah, a prophet. He carried message directly from God. I don't know how. I'm one of those who have gone through life through what is called default purpose. And I think it's that default purpose that brought him to me. And if it was not directly the light from the very conscious called God, we call God often, I don't know what I can say. Which is why I said language is very efficient. I don't know how to say it. I had this fortune, like you said, of meeting him. He presented me with books which I love to read, and asked me to speak for a couple of writers, which I was glad to do that. But worry one thing, why I still feel that he was the Messiah. Every time I was with him, I never saw Patriji as such. I only saw his aura. I don't know how he came into my life. I don't know how I'm going to influence him. I'll continue to be influenced him. He has touched my life. I cannot say how, but he's touched my life. Thank you very much. Pranams. Messiah, you will always be there for me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Wonderful. Jagdish sir. Messiah, truly. I think I love, and thank you for that book. Beautiful book. You took time to get it all done. Thank you so much. And we'll take for today last one, Lalita. Lalita.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to you all.
And
So
you spent time ever since you're a child with him.
that's what, sir. Yeah. There are
That's
so
so-
many, but on a lighter note, I mean, everybody already spoke so much about Patri sir. He's definitely no doubt a wonderful guru. I mean, like after coming into this PSSM movement, we have had so many festivals other than the Hindu festivals to celebrate. Honest, we always look forward to the year ending for that Dhyana Chakra. That was like the most amazing memories for us. But I just wanted to share one particular memory that always comes to my mind. So people say he's such a good friend to all of us. For me, that was childhood. It was fine. Like literally, he used to actually lift me up. Like when I was in 6th or 7th, and that was the age I got to know him. But after that, I don't know. After certain time, I guess period of time, I'm quite not sure if I'm scared of him or something. But there always used to come that point where when Patriji visits, be it our family or any place, we see people just flocking around him, going. I was like, I used to never have that inside. I mean, I can call it calling or what, I don't know, but never me or my sisters. We always enjoy. We have deep respect and love for him, but never that I have to go meet Patriji. So that actually raised so many serious questions in me, saying that, am I scared of him? I used to feel guilty also for that. So there was a time when I was staying in Pyramid Valley and Patriji also visited. I was doing a 1-month course. And the same time, again, the same thing. All my friends were like going to meet him. I'm like, I'm fine. I just finished my breakfast. I see him from far. I'm happy and I just go back. So it has become so much. One day I decided, okay, let me just ask him. Even though I'm quite not sure, I mean, how can you go to a guru and ask, why am I not interested in meeting you or seeing you? I'm like, it's okay, chalo, let me ask. I'm very much confused, conflicted, but the situations that day were like, wherever I go, I was just going to my room and he was staying just 2 rooms next to me. And suddenly the person who stays with him is like, when I was just going, he's like, hey, Lalita, you want to talk to sir? Sir is just alone. I'm like, that's a perfect moment for me to talk. I went. Still, I'm hesitating. He just looked straight away into my eyes. I mean, that's something you cannot avoid. He's like, do you like to ask me something? I know I might regret, but I just would. How come I don't feel that I always feel guilty for not wanting to come and meet you? So is it something wrong with the way I'm thinking? Am I really scared? I keep questioning it. It's kind of turning into some sort of a bad memory for me. The best part about Patriji is his answers are so simple that even a common man or a great intellect, everybody can understand. He just gave a beautiful smile and he said, look out the window. We were in Valley, right? I was just, so do you see all the trees? Are they all same? I'm like, no, they're different. That's the same way. People are also different. So it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not feel that way. Why are you worried about it? So I guess that was the moment, whatever that tiny barrier of fear or whatever it is that I was there, it was like totally broken that day. I almost had a nice 15 to 20 minutes of conversation with him. So this happened around 10 to 12 years back, but I always come back to that memory. So he is just such a friend that you can have any conversation with him. He's just accessible, like in whatever way, but there are so many things, but this was the start of my journey with him, to be honest, like in a proper conversation and all. But yeah, soon I did realize the reason why people always go around. It's definitely the energies and the wisdom snippets that come whenever you're around him. So I got to experience that later. But yeah, all in all, deep love, gratitude, and respect to Patriji. It's just, it is more evident now, like the way people, like I've been to Kattal and how people are like, truly the message was received. The message of sir, I am really surprised to see, it's like, why are people not crying? I was like, okay, fine. So that is the ultimate truth. People are living the truth, what he has told. So yeah, it is a great experience being part of this journey for the past 20 years with him in and there. Yeah, I just wanted to share that one experience. He's such a wonderful friend to everybody, any age. Yeah, thank you all.
Beautiful. Right. So thank you, friends, for being there. We will take, I know some of you still met him, and then those who met, and we'll also take another SS message too in the next couple of days as we go along. It's 8:45. We're quite delayed for the next appointment. And so we will meet back and we'll continue to be here on this and then share. We are learning. The whole idea is to learn from it and get inspired to do, and how simple that one can be, in spite of, sort of really moving the whole world in many ways. So many people have consciousness change. And still you are accessible, you're simple, you are trying to be simple, and so that's what is demonstrated, whether we can do that. So thank you so much. There is a small, this PSSM video as a closing song. We're going to play this song, and then since today's occasion that we said gratitude, so those of you who want to pay respect for him, I mean, all of us can stand up and then give respect while this video is played. It's a nice video, short, fun video depicting in a cartoon style Patriji and all his greatness and simplicity. All right, so please do share that Hum Hi PSSM video, and we could give that respect to him by standing as the video plays, and then enjoy that. All right. 40.
जहां आंखों की गहराइयों में छुपे ख्वाब लेकर, वो धन से निकला वो नौजवान बदलने निकला वो सारा जहां आंखों की गहराइयों में छुपे ख्वाब लेकर। सफर मध्य मार्ग का दिखाकर सबको, बुद्ध के समय से लेकर ध्यान को। सफर मध्य मार्ग का दिखाकर सबको, बुद्ध के समय से लेकर ध्यान को। एक पल रुके थम जा जरा, मिलके भी तू, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं। हम हैं PSSM पत्रीजी के संग, हम हैं PSSM सांसों के संग, हम हैं PSSM पत्रीजी के संग, हम हैं PSSM सांसों के संग। बांटते सुनते हुए संसार को जोड़कर, जीवन के त्योहार में आनंद में झूमकर। बांटते सुनते हुए संसार को जोड़कर, जीवन के त्योहार में आनंद में झूमकर। हम बढ़ चले कोई अंत नहीं इस राह पर, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं। हम हैं PSSM पत्रीजी के संग, हम हैं PSSM सांसों के संग, हम हैं PSSM पत्रीजी के संग, हम हैं PSSM सांसों के संग। शक्ति का वो रूप है, मैत्री का स्वरूप है, ज्ञान का भंडार तू, करुणा का प्रतीक तू। तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं, तुझ में ही तू है, मुझ में ही सब है। संसार ये नया बनाते हैं। We are PSSM, truth and joy forever. We are PSSM, through it all together. We are PSSM, truth and joy forever. We are PSSM, through it all together.
Okay, friends. Thank you very much. So we will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.